Hey guys, Don't here. I did some more questing on my main bard this morning and pushed from level 10 to 14. I'm not caring as much about levels at this point, but I'm trying to focus on the quests themselves so I can get them done in a decent amount of time. We're going to be starting in Crypts and moving into the Goblin caves to have some fun with PvP while still getting the quests done. I hope you enjoy these games, and if you do, please let me know down in the comments, like the video, or subscribe to the channel for more dark and darker content. Thanks. And I just hovered over the perks for now. For the first game, I'm going to be running Charismatic Performance, Lore Mastery, and Fermata. Since this is a trio map, I want to be able to get away from people if possible. I think it's actually over 50% when we get Rousing Rhythms active too, so that'll just help us open doors, shut doors, get away, and survive. The only thing I changed with songs compared to the last video is that I'm going to be running Tranquility instead of Song of Silence. This will just help me heal up or just sit and wait in the swarm for an extract to open if that's what I'm deciding to do after I get to the barracks. If you didn't know, this room right here that usually has a skeletal champion in it and it has like this whole like dining table in the center is the barracks. So for one of the quests, so for your first Tavern Master quest, this is where you need to go. And then you need to survive and leave. Luckily, in most situations, there's an extract literally right outside. And then when you're done that, he gives you a skeleton kill quest. I'm just gonna show that it took me 3 games to do it. I'm not gonna just play through the games because I feel like that'll be really boring for you. It would just be 3 full games of me running around PvEing and staying away from people for the most part. And then when you finish that quest, you need to loot 5 ale and bring it to him. I actually saved one, so I was able to turn that in right away. But I'm done in Crypts for now. So I'm going to change my perks to be more damage based. I have Rapier Mastery, Warsong, and still Charismatic Performance. Always bring that perk. And we're going to go right back into the Goblin caves and try to keep getting some quests done. I also bought a survival bow just because. And I am looking for a specific area. I forget what exactly it was called right now. I'm pretty sure it's the Goblin altar. And it took me a few games to find. There was a few different places that I thought it would be. And a lot of PvP was happening because it's a 3x3 map now. So it's just going to take a few games. We're going to have some PvP, but then when I get there, I'll be sure to let you know that this is where I wanted to be. And while I was talking, this rogue already ran up on me. In all reality, I should have lost this fight. I finished killing the Goblin first. He hit me 5 times. I hit him 4 and he was dead. And I still had like a quarter of my health, even though I was ticking with poison weapons. Don't take this as rogues are weak though. Rogues can be very strong right now. They can be very strong right now. A little further into the game, I still haven't found the Goblin altar, but I came up on this dead body and a Slayer fighter started to run at me. So I just played Shriek of Weakness and fought him in melee. Luckily, he missed one of his 3 swings. And because of that, we were able to win. And I'm actually just going to let this game play out until the end because this game was pretty hectic. And there was basically just a ranger and me fighting each other for the last portal. And I am trying to make sure that I get all of the quest items that I can. So I saw this gold water pot and I saw the campfire. So I made sure to grab those first. I don't remember if I checked this other one. I'm pretty sure it was handled though. But while I'm surging, I start to hear someone else near me and they actually start to push me. It's the ranger that I told you about earlier. And he wants to kill me. But I want to heal. And at this point, I didn't know that it was a ranger, so I was thinking that there might be a rogue stealth here, and that's why I'm casting Piercing Shrill. So I'm trying to land a few survivable shots, but I do pretty bad at it. So I end up going the other way. And I try to actually push into the zone when he's not expecting it. Because at this point, he's sort of just pinning me outside. And I don't want to be stuck here. I did try to push him here, but he shuts the door and backs up instead. So it makes it a little more awkward. I try to land a few more swappable shots and then just decide I'm going to go to the next circle because it's pretty far away. And I do hear somebody else in this room. He was fighting mobs, but he's actually just taking a portal and leaving now too, so I decided to leave him. I miss throwing gems at these, but when your inventory is full, it makes it really awkward to do. So now I hear the ranger above me, but I'm in a much better position. I'm going to open this portal and see if I can keep him off of it and maybe kill him as he runs toward me. If he takes it, I'm more than likely dead unless I can find another one, but I think I should be fine. So as he's coming this way, I'm just going to push him, hit him a few times, and he actually runs away, and there's goblins in the way, so I can't keep chasing him. They sort of blocked me off. I wait another minute to see if he's maybe coming back, and then just decide to just go since I have a decent amount of quest items on me. But he did come back, and that was a really poor choice from him. This next game was also very hectic. This was the first door that I opened. I hear someone fighting and start to push. I see that it's a Warlock, and I'm honestly slightly worried about Dark Reflection pushing into melee, so instead I just shoot him with my survival bow a few times. And then I start to kite him since he uses Blow of Corruption. And there's a fighter behind me. The fighter actually second wind sprints and runs away, so I'm thinking he doesn't want to fight. And I keep fighting the Warlock, but then I get hit in the back. And then I have to just sort of back up because I'm directly between them, and I don't want to be between both people. But the fighter keeps chasing me, so I eventually will use Streak of Weakness, and I get a really good trade on him. I actually probably only needed to hit him one more time and he would have died. But then there was another person, another bard, who actually hits me with a crossbow, even though the fighter's closer to him. So then I just full back up and decide to try to get away to heal. Oh yeah, the Warlock pushed me again too, so I had to juke him out, and that was the most scary part of this. Dark and Darker wants to make an arena mode. Dark and Darker made an arena mode. Welcome to the Goblin Caves. So now that I'm here, I drank some health pots, I used some bandages, I used tranquility, and judging from the kill feed, it looks to me like the Warlock killed the fighter, and then the bard killed the warlock. So I run back in, and the bard's still here, and it's time for us to fight. We actually trade shots here, but since he has a crossbow, he did more damage to me than I did to him, so I decided to drink a health bot real quick. And he thinks he hit Shriek of Weakness on me already, so I'm actually just going to use Shriek of Weakness here, which gives me the advantage, and then I'm going to cast Piercing Shrill around the wall, and that's just a little bit more chip damage for me. After that, we just have to keep on him, and I wasn't expecting him to turn around with his falchion, so I sort of messed up here, but we were able to win the fight in melee anyway. I would definitely recommend using a rapier over a falchion, unless you're also throwing drums. The falchion does more damage per hit, but with rapier mastery and warsong, you're just able to get so much more damage out more quickly than with the falchion. And that wizard that you just saw is exactly where I think I want to go. I want to go to the room to the northwest, because I'm pretty sure that's the goblin altar, and that's the whole reason I'm here. And I'm just waiting here because he technically needs to push to me. And if I'm in melee with the wizard, I just win. The fact that he pulled a goblin made that so much easier for me, but he had to push at some point anyway, and he wouldn't have been able to invis through the door because the swarm was there. And I've been saying it wrong this entire time. We are now at the cave altar. The cave altar is where we want to go, and it's the very northwest corner of the map, at least on this variant. I don't know if there's multiple Goblin Cave variants at this point, but in this specific variation, it's the top left corner. And with 4 people dead, I was assuming we were able to get another portal, but as soon as we got into the zone, we were able to find this one. And the next quest is to get 10 goblin ears. Luckily, I've already saved 5 from the first time I played. I was assuming they were going to be used as a quest item again. And then the next game, I spawned here and decided, why not? Let's do Cave Troll. Cave Troll's pretty easy, and then I messed it up and I died. So I came in fully base kit to the next game with heavy boots thanks to the squire. And this fighter wanted to be friends. In the Goblin Caves, there's no friends. We don't like teaming in the Goblin Caves. No friends. Later on, I was checking out this waterway in between the 2 valleys, Valley A and Valley B, and I saw this little passageway behind the crates, and I jumped back and I found a lion's head and a centipede. That's pretty cool. I would definitely recommend to break the crate and pull him out of here though, because when he was peeing all over the floor, I didn't really have anywhere to go. There's a health shrine here I could have used too, but I'm probably going to be just playing normals a decent amount until I can finish all the quests, or at least a decent amount of them, so I don't mind using the search kit now. And then there's another guy that was emoting at me from across the room. He was a wizard, so it seemed like he was wanting to be friends, but he was just trying to be fake friends to kill me. I was just going to give him these boots and leave, and then he shot a fireball at me, and I don't have a survival bow, so I just had to W key. If you get into melee range of a wizard on Bard, you win. If they're good, and they kite better and they use slow and things like that, you're gonna have to use your survival bow. If they try to just last resort magic missile you, right click, put your shield up and walk into their hand, and then you also just win. Since magic missile is a projectile, it'll clash with the shield and they won't be able to do anything, and then you're in melee range. After that game, I was 1 off on this quest and 1 off on the campfire quest, so I just decided to do 1 more and hopefully get one of the 2 done. And the first person that we ran into was a demon warlock who tried to melee us. As long as you get Shriek of Weakness off, you outrange him, so just kite and melee and you win. If he had soul collector stacks, he lost all of them when he went into demon form. The scariest thing for a bard with warlock is soul collector with dark reflection, because if you melee, you're gonna lose like half of your health. So as long as they go demon form, you can win a melee. If they don't, you either just need to leave because you're gonna lose, or survival bow, because that's your only chance of winning. And here we saw this barbarian and we decided to take the fight. I had, I think, 6 throwables, so I just went for it and he ran away. Also, I was fully expecting to be able to pick up that Francesca, but since it doesn't go into my tool belt, I couldn't pick it up because my inventory was full. So as long as he's not right behind the door, I'm going to run in and use Francesca's. I'm just trying to check to make sure because I don't want to run into a room and just get immediately meleeed by him, because that's not a good way to start this fight. And there's another barbarian who stole the kill of my first barbarian, and he has a lot more armor, but I'm deciding, screw it, I want to take this fight too. And we got the slow and a really crappy Shriek of Weakness on him, but he hit us with 2 Francescas, so I'm going to back up and try to drink a health pot real quick, and he actually chases us and then turns around when he sees us get the pot off. He is spacing these really well, and when I jumped into him at one point to try to land Lament, he actually turned on me, and it was almost really bad. If I didn't cancel that one, I was probably dead right there. But we were able to get our Lament off as another song or 2 later. And honestly, I've been starting to love Piercing Shrill. I feel like it's so good. The increased range on it feels really nice. I thought that he was right behind the wall there, but he's actually looting the other barbarian. And once again, Rapier is amazing because it outspaces other melee weapons. It has a longer reach than the Viking sword and it swings faster. So as long as you're able to use your spacing properly and get a few hits in before, fights against barbarians aren't too bad. If you used this Y-hander, I would have just blocked it with the buckler. Alright, and we were able to get a portal right after this and finish our quest for the 5 ceremonial daggers. And for our next quest, we need to go into the Howling Crypts and explore the old tombs and make it out alive. I'm pretty sure I know where that is, so that's where I'm going to start the next video. And if you enjoyed this content, please just let me know. I'm sort of trying something new at this, and it's honestly been a little bit fun to edit. It's just a bit more time consuming. If you prefer the full gameplays, let me know and I'll go right back to that too. But yeah, I also was able to buy a new stash tab after that game, so we were able to organize our inventory and it feels so much better to have it organized again. And if you could do one thing for me, please just like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Anything and everything helps, and I really appreciate each and every one of you who do it. It helps me out so much. And if you could do one thing for you, if you're wanting to find a community of people to play Dark and Darker with, I'm gonna have my Discord linked in the description below. It's fairly small right now, but we have a lot of friendly people. So just come by, say hey, and feel free to group up with someone. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Have a great day. Peace.